On May 20th, 2023, the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas pulsed with raw energy, the kind that only a high-stakes boxing rematch can ignite. The crowd, a vibrant mix of Mexican and American fans, roared as Oscar Valdez, the pride of Mexico, stepped into the ring. A former two-division world champion, Valdez carried the weight of a year-long hiatus, his eyes locked on redemption. Opposite him stood Adam "Blue Nose" Lopez, the relentless underdog from Glendale, California, his face set with the determination of a man who'd once shaken the boxing world. Their first clash in 2019 was a brutal affair. Lopez stunned fans by dropping Valdez in the second round, only for Valdez to claw back and stop him in the seventh. That fight left unfinished business, a lingering question of who truly owned the ring. Now, Valdez versus Lopez 2, a lightweight showdown, promised to answer that question with fists, heart, and unyielding will. The bell for round 1 rang, and the arena erupted. Valdez, with his high guard and surgical precision, moved like a panther, his footwork a blend of grace and menace. Lopez, loose and brash, bounced on his toes, hands low, inviting Valdez to engage. The opening round was a study in contrasts. Valdez's jab snapped out, testing Lopez's defenses, while Lopez countered with sharp, looping hooks, his eyes searching for the same vulnerability he'd exploited for years prior. The crowd leaned in, every feint electric, every step heavy with intent. Valdez's Olympic pedigree shone through, his punches measured, his stance disciplined. Lopez, though, carried the confidence of a man who'd rocked a champion before. In the final seconds, Lopez landed a crisp right hand, drawing a cheer from the American contingent. Valdez nodded, unfazed, as he returned to his corner, the air thick with anticipation. Round 2 exploded into action. Lopez pressed forward, his hooks whistling through the air, grazing Valdez's guard. Valdez.com under pressure, slipped punches with ease, his angles a masterclass in ringcraft. Then, like a thunderclap, Valdez unleashed a jab to the body, a right cross, and a left hook that rocked Lopez's head back. The crowd gasped, sensing a shift. Lopez, gritty as ever, fired back with a flurry, his punches wild but dangerous, each one carrying the threat of 2019's knockdown. The bell rang, and the fighters locked eyes, respect laced with defiance. The intensity was raw, the kind of moment that makes boxing more than a sport, a drama where every second tells a story. As the fight wore on, Valdez's technical brilliance began to shine. His jab, relentless and precise, peppered Lopez's face, setting up vicious body shots that echoed through the arena. Lopez, true to his Blue Nose moniker, absorbed the punishment and answered with heart. In the fourth round, he caught Valdez with a counter right that wobbled the Mexican star, a flash of danger that sent the crowd to its feet. Chants of Lopez. Lopez filled the air as he surged forward. Valdez, composed under fire, clinched to reset, his experience a lifeline in the storm. The referee's warnings faded into the background as the fighters battled, lost in their own world of sweat and resolve. By the sixth round, the fight was a spectacle of skill and will. Valdez's face bore the marks of Lopez's counters, a cut above his eye leaking red. Lopez, too, showed the toll, his nose swollen, his breaths ragged. Yet neither man yielded. Valdez landed a blistering three-punch combo, driving Lopez to the ropes, the impact reverberating through the crowd. Lopez answered with a defiant uppercut, his eyes alight with fire. The arena shook with noise, fans feeding off the raw emotion of two warriors trading blows in the center of the ring. It was the kind of exchange that defines a fighter, not just technique, but the courage to stand and fight when the body screams to stop. The seventh round echoed their first fight's turning point. Valdez, sensing Lopez's energy waning, turned Redditor. A left hook to the liver made Lopez wince, his guard dropping just enough. Valdez pounced, a straight right landing flush, Lopez's knees buckling. The crowd roared as Valdez swarmed, his punches a blur of speed and power. Lopez, staggered but unbowed, threw back, his fists desperate but defiant. The bell saved him, and as he trudged to his corner, the arena chanted both names, Valdez for his dominance, Lopez for his heart. The contrast was stark. Valdez, the technician, carving his path. Lopez, the warrior, refusing to break. In the later rounds, Valdez's strategy took hold. His body shots sapped Lopez's stamina, each thud a step toward victory. Lopez, though, found moments of brilliance. In the ninth, a looping left caught Valdez off guard, a reminder of the power that had floored him years ago. Valdez shook it off, his chin forged in iron, his will unbreakable. The crowd, now a living entity, roared with every punch, each moment a twist in a story too close to call. The commentators, voices strained, called it a fight for the ages, and the fans agreed, their cheers a testament to the drama unfolding. The championship rounds tested both men's souls. Valdez, ahead on points, fought with veteran poise, his jab a metronome, his body shots relentless. Lopez, bloodied but unyielding, swung for the knockout, knowing it was his only path. In the 11th, a clash of heads opened a gash on Lopez's forehead, but he waved off the referee, his pride outweighing the pain. Valdez, sensing the end, unleashed a barrage in the final minute, a right hand sending Lopez's mouthpiece skittering across the canvas. The bell rang and the crowd stood, roaring for the heart on display. The 12th round was a microcosm of the fight, Valdez's skill against Lopez's grit. Valdez danced, his jab relentless, while Lopez stalked, throwing bombs with reckless abandon. With seconds ticking down, Lopez landed a desperate combination, rocking Valdez back. The arena erupted, fans screaming for a miracle. Valdez weathered it, clinching to survive, his experience the edge in chaos. As the final bell tolled, both raised their arms, exhausted but proud, sharing a brief embrace that spoke of mutual respect. The crowd stood as one, their applause a tribute to a battle that had bared both men's souls. The judges' scorecards read 116 to 112, 115 to 113, 117 to 111 for Valdez. A unanimous decision that crowned his comeback, yet the numbers couldn't capture the fight's essence. Valdez had proven his resilience, his skill intact after a year away. Lopez, though defeated, had shown the heart of a lion, pushing a champion to the brink. In the post-fight interview, Valdez spoke with grace. "Adam's a warrior. This fight made me stronger." Lopez, blood still on his face, grinned. "I gave it all. I'll be back." Their words carried the weight of men who'd left everything in the ring. For the video, the highlights would be a cinematic thrill ride, slow-motion shots of Valdez's pinpoint punches, Lopez's defiant counters, the crowd's raw emotion. A pulsing soundtrack would build to a crescendo, matching the fight's intensity. Quick cuts would capture the sweat, the blood, the stakes of each exchange. With replays of key moments, Lopez's 9th round haymaker, Valdez's 7th round assault. Text overlays would highlight stats: Valdez's 65% jab accuracy, Lopez's 40 power punches landed. Fan reactions from X would pepper the edit. Valdez is surgical, and Lopez never quits. The narration would weave in their stories Valdez's Olympic roots, Lopez's rise from obscurity, making viewers feel the weight of the moment. The video would close with the fighters' embrace, a freeze frame of their raised hands, and a teaser: the boxing world waits who's next. Valdez vs. Lopez 2 wasn't just a fight, it was a testament to why boxing captivates. The men, stripped of pretense, fought for legacy, for pride, for history. Whether you're a lifelong fan or new to the sport, this highlight reel pulls you in a 1,300-word story told in punches, heart, and unyielding will. Valdez proved his resilience, his skill intact. Lopez, though defeated, showed a lion's heart, pushing a champion to the brink. Valdez spoke with grace. "Adam's a warrior. This made me better." Lopez, blood on his face, grinned. "I gave it all. I'll be back." Their words carried the weight of men who'd left everything in the ring. The highlight video would be a cinematic thrill, slow-motion shots of Valdez's pinpoint punches, Lopez's defiant counters, the crowd's roar.